Oh, hi everyone. I hope you're all well. Thought I'd have another look at the technicals. I do look at them daily, but I put them in my chat line in Esoteric Trading Solutions. So on the YouTube, I just do them infrequently. But I hope you're all well. You're living life according to the way you want to. You're kind to your family, friends, and loved ones, and your animals in this world where people are very critical. So I try to not be critical and try to lift people up. So I hope you do the same thing. Anyway, I want to make this short and sweet. I thought I'd look at Bitcoin USD on the daily. Have got the parabolic buy here. The market looks like it's really, to me, it's very oversold, and it's starting, I think, to top down, if you want to call it that, not top out. But it looks like, to me, it's probably very close to either bouncing or being sold off quite dramatically. So still on downward channel, but you know, here's a fairly big line of support here on the Bitcoin US 7412 has got a buy here. This is starting to move up a little bit. The moving average is starting to move up, so this could go in either way. But if you want to buy this, I'd have a fairly tight stop loss on this. I think it's currently trading at around 8.69 by the looks of this on TradingView, but you can buy this and have a fairly tight stop loss so you don't lose too much money. I think it's oversold. This is not investment advice. This is just what I'm thinking of doing. I think it's personally oversold, but who knows? It has got a lot of resistance to get through this Ichimoku cloud here, and it's really got to break 11,550 for it to be really out of the woods, for it to obviously start going back up, big upside. So I think just be patient. The market will tell you in the next day or so. You know, it might be better to be patient for me. I think the market's going to tell me either way in the next day or so. But looking at this on the 4-hourly, we have got a buy here. These are starting to move up. Slightly up, still red though, a little bit of divergence, but if it breaks out, this looks like it wants to break out to me. It's back in its upward channel, maybe possibly to 9615. So for my trading, I'd probably take a very small position in Bitcoin at this stage with a fairly tight stop loss. So if I buy it here, I'm probably going to have a stop loss around 8750, something like that. So let's check out Ethereum. These are just the ones that I trade, not the ones that I hold as an investment. These are just very short-term trades, anything from an hour to maybe 24 hours or something like that. Let's check out Ethereum. I noticed yesterday it wasn't performing very well, Ethereum, and it still doesn't look great on the daily to me. So for me, I would be probably happy short Ethereum here. This daily, it's got a break resistance here at 546.42. Still doesn't look great to me. It looks quite weak compared to Bitcoin, just looking at Bitcoin. Let's have a look at the 4-hourly. It has copped a lot of flack lately, Ethereum, in terms of its technology, its smart contracts, you know, being easily maliciously hacked, its wallet, all sorts of things. Its transaction processing, which is slow and expensive. I read somewhere that, you know, one platform that was on there, one ICO that was on the platform was costing them $500 a transaction or something. So, yeah, the 4-hourly still got to sell here. It's under the Ichimoku cloud. Still doesn't look great to me. Everything's red. So I'd be very reluctant to get long on Ethereum. As a matter of fact, I'd be buying pairs against Ethereum. I've got one pair on as an investment, XRP. I bought XRP against Ethereum on a pair for XRP to be, Ripple to be performing better to Ethereum as a spread trade. So I do like spread trades, actually, and I do them quite a bit. Let's have a look at Litecoin. And even you could do a spread trade if you can get it on Litecoin Ethereum as well. Buy Litecoin, sell Ethereum. Or buy Bitcoin, sell Ethereum. Litecoin on, let's go to the daily here. Very quickly. Still wearing my double glasses because I, again, haven't had a chance to get to the optometrist. Life just goes so quickly and I'm so busy all the time. It doesn't stop. With clients and everything, you know, on my personal training side as well as on my business site for crypto. Litecoin's got a buy here on the parabolic buy. This is starting to move back on the histogram, still sort of negative to zero, moving average is trying to go positive. So if I'm going to be long on anything, I'm going to take a very, very tight stop loss. So if Litecoin's, if this is right, 167.87, you know, I'd probably have a stop loss just underneath the last, you know, price change there, around 162, you know, 160, something like that to buy on the way up. It looks better certainly than Ethereum, so I'd rather buy Litecoin than Ethereum. Sorry, let's go back to the 4-hourly on this. Ethereum doesn't look very good technically to me at all. Litecoin has come out of that downward channel. If you put a line straight down there, and again we've got 2 buys here for a potentially move up maybe to 185 on Litecoin. Excuse me. Let's have a look at Neo. Neo has copped a lot of flack recently as well, and it's nothing that I didn't suspect. I did, as I said in the past, I did a review for one of my clients, and I didn't like the technology of Neo. I looked at their GitHub, no transactions were going off. They were offline many, many times. Every time I looked at it, they were actually offline. They only had literally about 8 nodes. And even the, you know, the founder of Neo and the managing director didn't know what was going on with the technology, and they didn't seem to know too much. So when I sent emails to them, they answered pretty strangely, didn't seem to know much about the technology, which surprised me. So if you have a look at Neo on the daily, we're really in that downward trend. If I put a line on this, and I do hate TradeView for lines because they always tend to stick. But if you put a line straight down there, you've got to go bang so it doesn't move, you don't grab it with anything else. That's certainly down in the downward channel, and I'd be reluctant to go long Neo. I think Neo could potentially get to maybe $40, something like that. If you look across here, maybe 51 first, 51.75, and maybe even lower. It's certainly in a big downward channel, even though it's got a buy here. I wouldn't be buying this because it's in this big downward channel and looks quite negative on the histogram and the accumulation index plus the moving averages. And here we have a little bit of volume, but this doesn't look great to me. If we look at the 4 hours on Neo, so I'd rather be a seller. It's still in that downward channel. I wouldn't be buying Neo until it breaks that downward channel. That's my trading. I don't like it at all. Let's check out IOTA. And again, IOTA's one, as you know, I can't stand. Technology doesn't work. There's some big spat between, is it Chris Hoskinson of Cardano and IOTA and a senior cryptocurrency guy that's checked their cryptocurrency and said the technology is crap. And now the IOTA gang are going to be suing them and all this sort of thing. But they're saying that it's technically flawed because they actually changed the whole paradigm, the whole model for cryptocurrency, and they're saying it doesn't work. And I believe that too, because I've tried to transact IOTA many times and lost my coins. So, you know, it just doesn't work, and they've always got some excuse for the user why it doesn't work. But, you know, the reality is if something's not easy to process or not easy to transact, then it's not a great system. They don't listen to their clients, and it's not a great system. I mean, their arrogance basically is you've got to learn how to use the system. But, you know, if you want to basically, you know, be the cryptocurrency of choice, then you've got to make it very easy for businesses and factories and machines and everything else to be able to use this cryptocurrency. IOTA on the daily still has a big downward channel right from the top here, straight down. Still, if we do that line properly, it's potentially still within that line. For me, I would be reluctant to buy IOTA. I think it's going to underperform other cryptocurrencies. That's my view, just simply because of all the negative stuff out there. And we've still got to buy, we've still got to sell, excuse me, on the 4 hourly as well. And this looks quite negative here as well. What else do I want to look at today? Let's have a quick look at Ripple. Again, I have an investment portfolio which I hold Ripple, and sometimes I do trade it, but I just like to have a look at it. Ripple on the daily. Let's go back to the daily. They've had some great news out fundamentally. Again, they keep putting on new clients all the time, not just banks, but corporates. And, you know, the daily still doesn't look great. Still at this parabolic sell. It's basically holding this level of support at 55, 53. It's really got to hold there. If it doesn't hold that support, the next level could potentially be 22, something like that. So it's really trading this tight range between 53 to about 65. On the 4-hourly, I'm probably more inclined just to hold Ripple as an investment. On the 4-hourly, it looks like it's trying to break through this 66.84. It's got to move through the Ichimoku. The resistance on the cloud is not very much, so it could move up fairly quickly on volume. And I just get the feeling, I don't want to be talking my own book, but I just get the feeling that Ripple could break out quite easily to 80 cents. That's my feeling. There is so much really good fundamental news that's come out on Ripple time and time again, and I'll do another update video on that, but the news is spectacular. Another one I want to look at is EOS. It's performed really well in the last week or so. It's a platform. I don't know a lot about it, but I will be doing a review on EOS. It seems to do very well when the market goes up. And yes, it's out of that downward channel. As you can see, it's got a buy here. This is moving up nice positively on the moving average. The histogram is positive. Accumulation index is back to 0. This thing looks like it can move up to 8.7152 on the daily, so it does look very good. I'd be a buyer of EOS just on technical reasons. If this is right, 688, I'd be buying it there, probably with a stop loss around 650. You don't need to take a lot of risk at the moment. This is what I'd be doing. Not actually saying you guys do it. You've got to look at your own due diligence and your own financial position. But EOS looks very good to me. That's got a buy. Needs to break out of this 715 as level resistance. Still flatlining on the histogram. Still very positive on the moving average, even though it's crossed, but it looks like it might cross up again. And you've got the histogram just about 0. So that one doesn't look too bad to me. One other I'll look at, which I like to have a look at as well, is Tron. And that's probably all I'll look at today. Oops. What's it called? TRX, sorry. Just like to keep these short and sweet. Tron's done pretty well. I do like Tron. I think they're doing a lot. Justin Sun, who's the cryptocurrency guy in China, they've got a lot of opportunity in China, Tron, and I think he's very well connected with very rich people in China, mega rich. And I do think this crypto will do quite well. I particularly like it. I know there's a lot of fudders out there that don't like Tron, but I think because they're in China, they will just do well no matter what. Justin Sun is very well connected with the very wealthy, the mega rich in China, and can basically get, tenants, which I think is equivalent to, Facebook or something, big companies like that using his crypto and a lot of different companies. So this looks very good to me. Bounced off 0.025. It's gone through resistance here at 0.0425. It looks pretty good, Tron. I think it could potentially get to 0.057. Checking out the 4-hourly. Looks very, very good. It's, in my book, this is a buy, and I'd probably still buy it because it does look like it can get to 0.047 quite quickly. Breaks that 0.055. I don't know what news has come out on Tron, but it does look very good. Just one other one I want to look at is Cardano, and that's had a lot of interest because you've had Chris Hoskinson, go to Asia and all over the place. Let's just very quickly check that one. Big downward channel here. It has got a buy on it. Done a bit of volume here as well. Flat lining on the histogram and the moving averages and the like. Gosh, got a big level of resistance here. Huge. This is the Ichimoku cloud. So that's a big level of resistance. May not be able to get through there. Needs a catalyst to move through there. Still coming down. Done a lot of volume here. So it doesn't really look like it wants to go anywhere there. Another one that I have an interest in, which I'm just going to quickly look at now while I'm here. What is it? Verge. What's the code on this one? Let's check that out. Verge. Oops. There we go. Let's have a quick look at that one. Just have a healthy interest in this one. Now that looks pretty good. That's starting to move up. Let's have a look at the daily on that. Daily has given us a buy, very nice buy on the parabolic. These are starting to move up. This is flatlining, starting to go positive. Let's check out the 4-hourly on that. 4-hourly is a buy, definitely, and if it breaks this level here, forget the zeros, many zeros, 5 zeros, 466, could potentially get up to 510 with the 5 zeros in front. Okay, guys, that's all I'm going to do today. Hope you're well. Hope this helps. Talk to you soon. Please look after yourself. Look after your family and friends. Be kind. Have empathy in a world that's often, sometimes, well, many times very cruel and very critical. We all try to be better people every day. Thank you. I hope you get value out of this, and I'll talk soon.